Hey, what's up guys, Pro Custard here. I'm finally doing my Noble Knight deck profile. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. I'm just gonna jump straight into it because I got a lot of things to talk about, I think, maybe. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this. Okay, so far I played 3 Noble Knight Midrots. This is very standard. You need to run 3 Midrots. Pretty much when this guy is equipped, he becomes a level 5 Dark Monster first. And he allows you to special summon a Noble Knight monster from your deck to face up defense position, allowing you to make those rank 4 and 5 XCs. He's very good, he's very versatile, he allows for most of your major pushes and plays. Okay, next I play 2 Noble Knight Drystons. This card is amazing just for like those small plays. Pretty much when this guy's equipped, you can destroy 1 face-up card on either side of the field. It's once per turn, and it's also mandatory, so you will need to blow up a face-up card. And secondly, when you control another Noble Knight monster, your opponent cannot target your monsters with 1800 or less attack by battle or by card effects, meaning you can have Dryston on the field, because Midrot has 1700, Boars has 1700, Gauchavad has 1500. Equipping Dryston with the Destiny not only destroys a face-up card on your opponent's side of the field, but you can just protect all your smaller monsters, and you can just keep on hitting them for some massive damage when they're equipped with like Caliburn and Gallison, and they just become pretty much unstoppable. Okay, next I play 3 Noble Knight Gwains. Pretty much when you control a normal light monster, you can special this guy from your hand, like so, making easy for those rank 4 XCs. Pretty much all the Noble Knights are normal when they're not equipped, except for Dryston. So it makes Gwain very, very versatile in making those XC plays, where you can just go into King depending on how many equips you have in your graveyard already. From there you play 2 Gauchavads. Oh, and another thing is Gwain has 1900. There's actually a lot of people that forget Gwain has 1900 attack, so if you equip him with Gallatin, that's right, he goes to 2900 attack, which makes him very powerful in the game. And it's funny because I've actually won a few games where you just like equip this guy with 1000 Gallatin and you just keep hitting him. And yeah, so yeah, that's Gwain for you. Gauchavad, sorry. He's used in the OTK with Gwain and Midrot. Pretty much when these guys equipped, you can add a Noble Knight monster from your graveyard to your hand. So usually you would add Gwain, destroy the equip, special summon Gwain, and go for that XC. Gauchavad's not really that needed in the deck. He's pretty basic, but he allows for the OTK and for another quick easy rank for XC. From there I play 2 Noble Knight Boars. This guy is amazing. He makes playing King Noble Knight Artorias, King of the Noble Knights, so much better. He allows for the rank 5 XC with Midrot to create the Sacred King of the Noble Knight Artorias guy. And yeah, he's 1700 attack. Quick thing about Boars is, when he's equipped, he doesn't destroy the equip card. He's the only guy that doesn't destroy the equip card. So pretty much, if you want to be like, because he becomes a level 5 Dark Monster, and that's how he makes the XCs with Midrot. So yeah, so a lot of people kind of forgot about that. So they try to destroy the equip using his effect. It didn't work. It doesn't work. So you had this level 4 monster, and he just like screwed up from there. It was actually pretty funny to watch. And yeah, so this Boars creates those rank 5 XCs and rank 4 XCs. His effect is you remove 3 Noble Knight equips from your deck. Your opponent randomly picks one of them, and you send the remaining 2 to the graveyard, making King and Sacred King live. Okay, last Noble Knight card I play is Lanston. I'll tell you why Lanston might be the last card after I tell you. A lot of the times is when I go first, I hate going into the XC, because when you go into the XC, he becomes like 3700, that's true, but on your turn, he goes down to 3500 because of Gallatin. You lose 200 per standby phase. And if you play Apatite as well, he's going to lose another 500, so he's going to be on 3000. And that's going to be pretty darn bad, because a lot of times you can rely on the other cards in your deck. Like, I wouldn't always go into Lanston first turn, but depending on your matchup, I would. And yeah, pretty much I would just have Midrot, have an equip, use Special Summon Lanston, use Lanston's effect to get out like Destiny or Excalibur or Caliburn, depending on the equips I already had. And then I would go into the rank 5 XC next turn, just so I can make up some plays. So that's why I played Lanston. That's it for all the Noble Knight monsters. The reasons why I don't play Lady of the Lake is because outside of using Laval Chain, it's awful. I don't have Laval Chain, so I made this deck not even thinking about Lady of the Lake. It's incredibly bad. You don't need Lady of the Lake, because to create high Lancedon, the synchro, all you need is one tuner, so you can use Effect Veiler, and one Noble Knight monster, so you can just use like Boars, Gores, not Boars, Gores, Gauchavad, Gwaine, and Medrot, so which is so much better in my opinion. And if you don't run Lady, you shouldn't run Artorias, because if Gwaine's in your hand, you can just like, I would special summon Gauchavad to get out Lancedon, just because Gauchavad's really one card that's not really needed, but it's nice to have just for like extra plays. It makes more like fun. And yeah, so that's why I don't play Artorias or Lady of the Lake, because there's no way you can search Lady of the Lake outside of the Laval Chain combo, which happens to be the same 3-card combo involving Medrot, Gwaine, and Boars. And yeah, and getting Artorias into the graveyard was actually really hard, because you would need to have Lancedon in your hand, especially summon Artorias, Tribute Artorias, special summon Lancedon. And then yeah, and then it just got really complex and like unlucky from there on. So yeah, Lady of the Lake is a very bad card in my opinion. Yeah, okay, for everything else I played 2 Effect Failures. The deck's slow without consistency, so slowing your opponent down for that one turn is very valuable. 2 Maxi against decks that spam, you punish them, you get an extra draw power, go for those massive pushes. And the 1 Honest, because everything's light except for Lancedon and Medrot, and I think Boars when they're all equipped. Okay, that's it for the monsters. I think it's like 19 or something. For the spells, starting with the equips, I played 2 Noble Knights of Destiny, 2 Alpha de Tur, 2 Gallatin, 2 Excalibur, and 1 Caliburn. I'm just going to talk about them all briefly. Destiny pretty much means you can only control one Noble Arms card on the field at any one time, except for Excalibur. You can have both Excaliburs on the field on 2 different monsters. Okay, and when they're destroyed, they just automatically re-equip, except for Excalibur. If Excalibur is destroyed, it gets sent to the graveyard, which is awful. Okay, so Destiny pretty much protects your monster from battle and card effects once per turn. Abadid allows you to pay 500 attack points on your monster to destroy once that card. And actually, if you open up with Medrot, Abadid, and Gwaine, it's actually probably the easiest way just to OTK your opponent if they don't run like Swift or something, because you can destroy like 2 set cards in that turn and just deal massive damage and win. It's actually really powerful. 2 Gallatins. I prefer 2 Gallatins over 2 Caliburs just because the 1000 attack boost is needed just to run over certain cards. Sometimes your opponent has this card that you must run over, no matter what, you must run it over. And having 1000 attack boost is so much better than the 500. Even when the 200 loss per turn is bad, as I said earlier in the video, but having it right then, that 1000 attack boost, is incredibly needed. To play 2 Excaliburs, pretty much you can have 2 Excaliburs on the same field at once. You protect your monsters, so your monster cannot be targeted by opponent card effects. And pretty much when this card is in your graveyard, if it wasn't the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish it when you have this guy in the field, the king, to special summon this guy, the Sacred King, which is actually a quite nice combo. I've pulled it off like a few times. Yeah. So yeah, that's it for the that's it for the Noble Arms card. Oh wait, except for Caliban. Caliban's my favorite. You only need to play 1 Caliban. Pretty much he gains 500 attack, which is amazing, and once per turn you can gain 500 life points. If you have Caliban on, say, Medrot, sorry, you can go up in 1000 life points in 1 turn, and if they kind of get rid of this because it just re-equips, you can go up like even with way more life points. So gaining life points actually puts your opponent under pressure, because when you go into time, this card can actually win you the game just because it's so amazing. I won't lie, I've done it before and it's hilarious. Okay, so that's it for the Noble Nice cards. There's like 9 here. 3, 5, 9. Yep, there's 9 Noble Arm cards in total. For everything else, I play 2 Lance. The deck is really dependent on that Medrot play, so if Medrot gets bottomless, you must Lance it, because you need to protect Medrot at all costs. You really do. If Medrot dies, then you've probably lost it. You can't really make it a comeback, because everything else requires that normal play. Unless you have Gwaine, then you go into the XC, but yeah, just having the Medrot saving them a draw is probably like the best play you can do. And then I play 3. Oh yeah, and it's also you can use some damage stuff. So they attack, you just lance them, they lose 800 attack, and you win. So that's another combo. From there, I just play 3 MSTs. The reasons why I play 3 MST over 3 lance is because when you lance your monster, the equip no longer works. It's still equipped, so you can use the monster's effect, but you don't get the benefits of the equip. So you can't get in like the 1000 attack from Gallatin, the life points, the 500 attack from Caliburn, and you can't use Apodita because you can't pay cost, which is awful. So yeah, I prefer the 3 Typhoons just to like hit the back row without needing lance, because you can use lance to damage that, which makes it also usable there. And with space, if you have Dryson with an equip, they declare attack. You just space your equip, re-equips to Dryson. Dryson pops their monster, and you just won the battle. So 3 Typhoon is greater than 3 lances, in my opinion. Alright, put that there. And then I just played the 1 Rotor, the only searching card in the deck, and it's very good at searching. I'm just trying this 1 Pot of Duality. You do search someone in the deck a lot, I won't lie. However, it helps with the consistency, because after a while, when you have your plays set up, then you play the Pot of Duality. Even when you open up with Pot, you play it then, like after you set everything up. And it just allows for you to get like a more consistent draw, allows you to get a better card, the card that would probably win you the battle right there and then, which makes Pot of Duality one of the better cards in the late game. Alright, that's it for the spells. There we go. For the traps, 2 pinpoints. Like I said, if you pinpoint Dryson, you can protect all your monsters, especially if you're just like relying on these smaller guys to take down your opponent. And you can also use it like pinpoint. You can like pinpoint if you know your boss monster is going to attack when it gets destroyed, even when he has like 5 equips. You pinpoint, saving your like Medruit or Dryson, whatever you want to choose. When the XE dies, all the equips then go into your new monster. That way, on your turn, you can then just go off and just completely obliterate your opponent, which makes pinpoint like one of the better cards once you go all in. For everything else, play 1 Solemn Warning, 1 Compulse, 1 Bottomless, and I just put a lot of thought in this last card. 1 Torrential Tribute. A lot of decks special summon these days. I was like heading towards the Mirror Force because a lot of people. Well, before, a lot of people didn't expect the Mirror Force. Now they kind of do, so I'm going back to the Torrential because it just seems more viable now in this late in the format. Alright, that's it for the traps. For the extra deck, ooh, that's pretty good. I play 2 Kings. Like I said, King has become a lot more viable with boars. Putting the equips into the graveyard. This guy can equip 3 when he's summoned, and you can just detach a material to destroy an equal number of spell or trap cards on the field, equal to the amount of noble arms you control. And it's not only like equipped to this guy. You can have like noble arms equipped to a another noble knight monster, and they still count as ones you control. So you can like blow up 5 spell or trap cards on the field, even if only 3 of them are equipped to this guy, which is pretty amazing. From there, I play the 1 Excalibur, 1 Blade Armor Ninja. These are the 2 cards I go into for the OTK, just because I hate doing double Excalibur, double Blade Armor Ninja. Having one in each is probably like the best ratio. And going Blade Armor Ninja just allows you to attack twice, which actually does a lot of damage. Play 1 Stylish Omega and 1 Paladinimo. Stylish Omega is for those back row heavy decks, and Stylish Paladinimo is pretty much for those cards that when you can't get rid of, you just go into Stylish, makes the detach both materials, the guy loses effect, and he goes to 0 attack, so you just run him over for like 2k. It's pretty good. And then for everything else, 1 Kamikari King Arthur. I've made this guy a few times. He's actually really fun. He's like a Colossal Fighter, sort of. If he's destroyed by battle, you can just detach 1 instead. He gains 500 attack, and you inflict 500 damage to your opponent. So if you detach both materials, he goes up to 3400, which makes him quite powerful. And it's actually really fun to make if you know your opponent can't destroy him through card effects. 1 Pappy, just to get rid of certain cards. 1 Maestro, just as a defensive card to get rid of things. 1 Cowboy to win games. For the rank 5s, I apologize, but I only have one Sacred King. It's actually been really hard to find the second. Pretty much when this guy is summoned, XE summon, you can target 3 equip cards in your graveyard and re-equip them to this guy. You can detach one to destroy one card, target one other monster on the field, and when he's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target a normal night monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. I'm not too sure if all the equips re-equip to the guy you just summoned. I need to get that checked. But if it does, it means this card and this strategies become so much better, because then you can just like go off next turn if the card you detached was a Medjora anyway, and because then you have like Destiny and Excalibur, which just protects it. Then for the last rank 5, I play one Volcasaurus. If you can win with Volcasaurus, I would go Volcasaurus instead of this guy, because with this guy you have to then declare the attack, which can screw up. But Volcasaurus is easy, detach, burn your opponent, which also makes it well for your Guy Charger, because then you just run over defense position for piercing damage. For the last card, I actually don't own. It's High Lancedon. Pretty much, it's a 2100 Synchro, level 5. Requires 1 tuner and 1 more non-tuner Noble Knight monsters, I guess. When he's Synchro summoned, you can equip a Noble Arms card from your deck to this guy. And when he destroys a monster by battle, you can equip him with, you can add a Noble Arms card or a Noble Knight monster. This guy is actually one of the better extra deck cards in the set that was released. However, he's probably the hardest target card to get out. And from Certainty, you can only control one High Lancedon at a time. So playing like Lady of the Lake, Triple Lady of the Lake is dead, because you can only have the one High Lancedon on the field at any one time. And he's, like I said, he's really hard to get out. Alright, that's my Noble Knight deck profile. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. Remember to comment in the description below about what you liked, what you thought about it, and please subscribe for more videos. Okay, I'm just going to sign out now. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day. Thanks.